Hello and welcome. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust. It's been a second. It's been a minute. What's up? We got enormous. We have two in the chat. We have plural. Hello, welcome. Nice. We got the reactions going. Bing, bing, bing. So a lot of really cool build type stuff we're doing here. Electronics, electricity more specifically. Then we're going to be doing a lot of the farming stuff as Farming 2.0 Cultivator, or the T update, is coming in 25th of May. Nice little sunset we had there. Sunrise, rather. We have our pumping system down here because we have our grow operation here to test all of the different cloning and whatnot here, because there's been some subtle changes from the PC side of things. But again, if you're looking to get just jump started. Actually, I was like, do I have this? Oh, I do. In the chat, I should have this right now. I was like, do I have that command? So if you're looking to get this bad boy set up quickly, you can always check out this video. I'm pretty sure I've got it in there. I hope I do. What's up, guys? How we all doing? What's up, boys? Okay. I'm trying to think. I had like a bunch of tips and stuff. I guess we'll do that a little bit later for that side. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're looking for information about custom servers, you can always type in !custom in the chat. Had to think about what the command was. It took me a second. I was like, what? Okay. So we have our water system here, and I know we don't have these yet, but I think we will have these in I don't know about a timely fashion, but soon enough. This will be the best way to store large amounts of water in the future. But until then, this is the next best thing, or the best thing for us. Refrigerators full of jugs and water storage, like this. So a lot of times you'll be pumping and cleaning the water and then putting them into your larger tanks. But to be fair, if you're solo or even like a small group, chances are you're going to be storing your water or grabbing it, even the salt water, if you're not close to the water. You'll be filling up empty jugs and then running back to your base with like half an inventory or a third of your inventory full of jugs. Even just running to the bandit camp, because that should be enough for a few days. And so, like, you know, if you just don't have those materials and you don't want the footprint of it, that's just kind of a nice covert way to do so. Know what I'm saying? What's up, guys? I says, can't wait for them, the Ortiz. They're the best. They really are the best. Basic Orti even. Is quite legit. Honestly, whenever you're doing any kind of farming, I usually say, if you're going to go like big time, okay, so typically this is how the farming works, and just like a quick breakdown, right? If you're like a solo, or you're just like, hey, I'm going to be on the server for a little bit, not too long, typically you'll have like a crop plot tray or two, the small one, in your base, and then you'll just kind of stick it in your honeycomb or whatever, and or even in the front airlock, and just kind of grow whatever you need to quickly, and then you don't need to go big. Now, even just a quad here, this is pretty big. 8 crop plots is very large, and then this is to the extreme level, where you've got multi-floors or just a giant structure. Typically, you would see these close to a body of water. I don't think I've ever seen this anywhere other than a body of water, because to maintain these are 9,000 milliliters a piece. And that's pretty outlandish, right? Yeah, I mean, you'd have somebody running water the entire time, you know, and you got to click each 100 milliliter. So that's like, what, 50 clicks per container? So that's quite a bit, and you need what, almost 2 full jugs for each. So you're looking at like 90 or 100. It's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, pay no attention to the Adobe. If you see the Adobe here for console players, it is just stone. It's just a skin for stone. But what's cool is you can mix it. So like essentially what we're looking at here is, where is it at? Okay, yeah, like right here. All of this is stone. This is just a skin for it, and you can determine when you turn it on and off on the PC side, which is new. This is like brand new. Messing around with a couple different battery configurations, redundancies, color schemes and stuff back here. I was checking out, I want to make sure I get this right, Austin Kalila Games? Kalila Games. Austin Kalila Games. There we go. I just want to make sure I get that right. He had some pretty cool takes on some of these like redundancies and battery backups. And I got to tell you, top notch at explaining, but also wire management. I love it. Anyways, so we're checking that out there. This timer switch is the same for sprinklers, also from the same person. We were kind of close to this, but I like this better, what he did. So I'm all about it. So the left-hand side is the on side, the right-hand side is the off side. So you can actually see how the timer's going. That's the on timer. I'm sorry, that's the off timer. Now the left side turns on, but the right side is not going. Our problem was we had them both going at the same time, and we were slowly getting to this conclusion. I like his solution way better, and I like his wire management, so that's what we're going to use. So if we see this built in there, we're going to just put variations based off of this. Your thoughts, boys, gentlemen? Gentlemen. Here, let's put one of these up here real fast. Dude, we played some Age of Empires last night. My goodness. My goodness. Okay, so here's our question. It says, did you know that you can boost the farm you get in the T update? That's our question. That's what we have on the board. What's up? Matt says, nice. He says, I came up with something slightly different. I know. See, like, the thing we ran into was we did it with a memory module. Okay, yeah, we did it with a memory module. We had these kind of bouncing back and forth to each other. But like one timer was running and so was the other. This one's way better because look, one's stopping and starting, which is great. You do have to prime this one, which makes it a bit on the annoying side, but I don't think that's anything off of the design. I think that's just kind of the nature of how we have to do things. So like this yellow, you'll have to cut the wire and then set it because timer switches need to be set when there's juice going in the bottom. What's up? Mr. Klonsky says, yo, I love your Rust videos. Thank you so much. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. Sorry, I fell asleep. We were supposed to stream this at like in the afternoon. I fell asleep, so my sleep schedule is messed up. Age of Empires messed us up bad, dude. Real bad. Yeah, so I do like this one. Because when you are using the sprinkler system, having a duration that is off and on will be different in most cases. If you're trying to go super farm, super clone, that kind of thing. But in most cases, if you're just planting to kind of like make some teas and get going, which most people will end up doing, or at least even if you're going to go super stack like this, you're going to start off with the basic stuff anyway, because you want to start with any kind of ore boost you can possibly get, even if it's the small one, because it's gains, right? I mean, you're getting more than your, not predecessors, but your enemies. What's up? He says, first time tuning into the stream. Jade says, what circuit is that? He says, I'm still somewhat new to electricity. This is a timer switch for, well, you could use this for a lot of different things, but specifically, this one is the on and off timer that you can set. So you see, like, this is the on side. And so when this is done, this will activate. So this currently is not running. This is very nice, actually. I liked Let me make sure I get this right. Austin Kalila Games setup on this. He does really good electricity setups, but I liked his solution, and I absolutely love his wiring. So I think this one's great, and I think we'll use this timer for some other things too. Like we had a, I can't remember what we called it. It was a turret, kind of like random door open timer. So like when people come up to your edge of your turret doors and they open up and they're like they detect people. You want to have that thing like detect people because it saves on battery life. So like that's runtime. So having like various times too. So like if somebody's going to come up there and try to kite the turret, what they'll do is, you know, they'll be like, oh, the door's only open for 10 seconds. That's not realistic, but let's just say it's 10 seconds. Then they can kind of know, they're like, okay, someone bait it and then I'll shoot it. And then the other person baits it and then the other person shoots it. Well, if you have random timers, you can catch these people off guard, and then if there's a random like selection after like 3 different times or even 2 times, they're gonna have a hard time guessing what the next outcome is gonna be. So therefore, it would take them longer, or it'll be almost impossible for them to kite it in that fashion. Sorry, excuse the yawns. Jeez. Yeah, so like I took a nap. My sleep is jacked. Absolutely jacked up. It's awesome though. You know your sleep pattern's messed up where like you got proper sleep but you're up at the wrong time and you're like yawning and stuff and you're like your brain's like, what's happening, dude? I'm like, I don't know. I messed it up real bad. Oh yeah. The special items will rotate this week, and this is only our second jackhammer skin. And what is this supposed to be? It's like the medical something. It's supposed to be like a syringe, maybe? Medical syringe? So either way, the only other one is the Christmas jackhammer, which is cool, but this one's also cool. So a rare skin is currently on the marketplace. I want to say it's either 450 or 350. Don't quote me on that. I'm not entirely sure, but if you're in the market, just saying. We don't get paid for this or anything. I'm just, as a connoisseur of skins, I always kind of let people know when the rare ones are on the market. And these ones are part of the main sets or whatever. If you guys saw the most recent video, you guys know what that's about. Well, from 2 days ago. 2 days ago? 3 days ago? Anyways, I digress. So yeah, we're going to do a mixture of both farming and electricity. I love it all, dude. Isn't this flooring nice? It's just a nice change up, right? Like, I love using these stone walls for circuitry, but I also love these floor tiles. I think they're fantastic. Is the sun still moving on us? It is. I see long shadows. Hold on. It's not a bad time of day. Was it like 11? Anyways, I was full bore into this, and then I ate some food earlier today, and I kind of like laid down for a second, waiting for the old phone to charge, and then I just tapped out. And I was like, no. We were supposed to do a ton of electricity. But we're back. We're here now. Okay, so I'm trying to think in my head what the next thing is. I have like a list of things here. Like, it's pretty big. It's so big, in fact, I'm like, what do I start on first? There's so many different things. This one's not bad. We can come back to this one. Hold on. Let me check I gotta check the server. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Oh, yes, so, and I know you guys probably don't care about this, but I'm gonna let people know, because maybe somebody does. I haven't been playing on the console side because my stream machine took a nosedive. So what that typically means is my stream machine's plugged into my Xbox or whatever. So like that's like how I have everything set up so we can stream. My gaming PC is a separate PC. So since the stream machine took a dump, I've been kind of waiting on that because like to reconfigure all the audio and the levels and stuff is an absolute nightmare. So I'm kind of just waiting for that to come back. It turns out the motherboard absolutely got fried on there. I was like, normally you'd be like, wow, you really fried a motherboard, but that is my workhorse. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm running this thing almost 24/7 for like 4.5 years straight. I was like, that makes sense. So that's being replaced. Anyway, so that should be more back online. Could I technically get everything reconfigured and jump on the console side? Yes. But I'd be fighting the audio, and then when the machine came back, I'd have to reconfigure it again and then fight the audio, because audio levels and balance are just always a nightmare. Anybody who streams knows what I'm talking about, or even just content creation. So yeah, you kind of like, you protect your audio levels at all costs, because it is an absolute, you're chasing like ghosts in the machine when you're using like a Windows machine to get your audio levels, because it's always trying to like auto correct something. But anyways, so we have bunker base builds. Yeah, we're gonna be doing electricity, plants, bunker base builds, stuff, all stuff that's coming up here in the next, so a week and a half? No, almost 2 weeks. Week and a half. Right? Thursday. One, two, three. Yeah, week and a half. May 25th. I definitely bought that skin. It says, hey Jade, when's Council coming, getting Adobe Stone? I hope that they get it soon. I don't know when. They're always tight-lipped with any kind of communications, it feels like. A lot of the stuff we have to really deduce off of movement that we see. But yeah, I hope we get it. So I know it's relatively new on PC, so typically we won't see it right away. But I do know on the PC side there is slated on their progress report. I knew something was coming out this year for this, and I thought it was going to be at the beginning of the year, but the Adobe stuff just came out. But they have the cargo ship, which I would assume would be for metal, and then there is the Brutalist, which is probably for high quality. Either way, these skins are gorgeous. They look fantastic. It's a great breakup to the standard. And again, you can mix and match them. See how I have them like partially this and then partially that? I like it. I'm a fan. Anyways, okay, enough preamble. It says, I have the original design of a farm base. It says, I would love for you to take a look at it. Oh, nice. It says, do you need sunlight for plants, or can one light grow plants? Good question. As a matter of fact, I got bubble guts. If I have to have an emergency bathroom break, we'll turn on some music and let the sun set. That's a good question. Okay, so the question is, do you need sunlight for plants, or can one power light grow the plants? Yes and yes, but the less efficient way all right, let's go ahead and put down a sample. That's a great question. Thank you for asking that. By the way, any electricity or growing questions, we got your back. If we don't answer it here, we will definitely answer it. I love answering this kind of stuff. Okay, so if you didn't know, we have potatoes. All right, so the question is, I just lost track. Hang on. Okay, I got it. So Mr. Klonsky asks, do you need sunlight for plants, or can one light power growing plants? The answer is both, but the most efficient way to do it is with a light, because it's all the time. Because if you think about it, daylight only happens for a certain amount of time. Light is very consistent. If you look at this current configuration, this will actually light up all 4 crop plots if it's placed in the center, which is fantastic. Same idea with sprinklers and also heaters, and heaters have like a radial effect on the plants too. But to have your plant be the healthiest it can possibly be, I don't know how well you guys can see this, but it has like a percentage of things that it needs. Light is one of them. So if your light's low, then your percentage on your plant for it to grow to its maximum capacity will be much lower. So the answer is yes, but the most efficient way is with a light. Beautiful. Good question, dude. Mr. Klonsky. Good stuff, man. Can you explain plant genetics? Yes, I will kind of give it a basic rundown now. I'm hoping to give like a really good example though. Goat asked that one. And so I'm trying to think, like I can do it in a very like manual way here, but I feel like if I have just a couple of illustrations that I've been working on or whatever, it would make it a little bit easier to understand. We can kind of sketch it out here, and maybe we do, but let me see if I can give you a basic rundown. Okay, so the way this works is, oh, we have some growing up here. Do these have, okay, we're at 8,000 milliliters. Okay, so you can see the plant genetics here. Do we have all three of them? Grow, yield. There's one more green, right? Yield, grow. Oh, H. That's what the other one is. Hardied. There it is. Okay, so there's two traits. There's good and bad traits. And there's better traits in each of those. And then basically the two bad traits, there's a lesser of two evils. So let's go over the red. Red are the bad traits. There's two of them. W, which is water, and X, which is a null, which is a nothing slot. Typically, if you can help it, you really want to avoid the W's whenever you can, because it's going to soak up more water is what that means. Typically, when you've got to set up like red, X, that's preferable. Actually, all greens are preferable, but if you need to have a red, try to have an X if you can help it in any way, shape, or form. Because it just means it's not going to negatively affect you, it's just eating up a slot, which is a negative effect, but it's the lesser, if that makes sense. What's happening here is, okay, so the green traits are Y for yield, H for hardy, and G for grow. Grow is self-explanatory. It grows faster. H is hardiness. It's more robust, so in different climates it can do better. Or when the values fluctuate a little bit, it's more resilient. And yield is that it just gives you more. So ideally you want some grows and yields. Hardies are like, some people like them. I try to go for Y's and G's, but here's the thing. Basically, like, yes, you can go for a super plant if you want to, right? Like, you can crossbreed these bad boys, but typically you want to start growing things almost immediately and using them. So a lot of times while you're trying to make a perfect clone, you still want to have batches that you're growing. So how do you determine what genetics are actually decent enough to plant? So like this one isn't too bad. You have one... Well, you have three negative traits, two nulls and then one water, but you have two yields and a hardy. So this, if you had nothing else, you would do this because you would actually get more plants out of this one. But it does have a water, and the hardy's kind of like a meh. So like if you had nothing else, this would be better than a basic seed, more or less, right? Although I guess we don't have any basic seeds anymore now, do we? This one's pretty good too. This one would speed grow and give you yield. So you can kind of like determine, like, here's the thing. When you place these down, it's like playing RNG with your genetics. That's why saving seeds is such a big deal, because it's literally it's how many chances you have to re-roll. So as you plant your seeds, maybe you only have 9, and so you're planting them like this. And you're like, wow, that one's pretty bad, right? So you're like, how about this one? 3 hardies. You're like, well, we could do better. This one here, you're like, yikes, 2 hardies and 4 reds. So these are probably ones you don't want. So you plant this one and go, oh, we have this one here, yield, hardy, also pretty bad. Go here, 2 grows and a hardy. Also, man, this is a great example for what are bad seeds. Oh my goodness, 4 reds. So like, if you're trying to mass produce these, what you would want to do is, this wasn't too bad. You have 3 yields, all hardies, yikes. Grow, and a yield. That's not too bad. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a Knif, and then we'll destroy the other ones. So I'm probably explaining this poorly, and I'll go over this again. So like right here we have, oh my goodness, 4 waters. We have to get rid of this. We never want this to crossbreed with any other plant. Oh my goodness, that was probably the worst plant I've ever seen. Look at this. So 3 yields, that's not too bad. Grows, hardies. I'm looking for at least 2 grows and a yield. Oh, perfect. That was not bad. Okay, so we would save that one. Get rid of these because they're terrible. What was the other one we had down here that was like decent? It's that one in the corner. Okay, so before these get to crossbreeding phase, I have to get rid of these plants next to it. So like this one won't accidentally crossbreed and lose its stats. It's like, it's not the best plant, but you could use this for production if you needed to, because it's going to grow twice as fast and give you some yield. And it's got 2 negative water, so we would try to get something better than this. Oh my gosh, those are so bad. Those are so bad. That's so bad. It's not the... yeah. That many hardies, it's like, you don't need that many. Those are some of the worst rolls I've ever had for potatoes. Hands down. So what we're going to do now is, we're going to wait for this bad boy to get to the harvest phase, which obviously is not going to give you anything of substantial value, but what you want to do is you hold the action button down and you clone it. And then you can save it, and then you can reproduce it over and over again. So while this is growing up here, I'll kind of show you. When plants are next to each other like this, they will crossbreed depending on what stage they're in. And so this one was pulling genetics from all over. We didn't really check the genetics here. This one, nope, no, we made this one worse. We took a Y and put it to a G, and then we took a grow and then replaced it with a W. So like, whatever genetic experiment we did here was very, very bad. I should have placed these in the corner to start. That's usually the best way to do it. Or in like these smaller trays. Let me throw this out and then this one out. Let me go ahead and grab a tray. It's under items, right? Yeah. I always go to food for that. I mean, technically it is for food, but the object. What is the object, not what it's used for? Alright, so here's how these work. Down here on the outside, if we just place one of these and then we place one of these, the thing is, when you're placing seeds, if you don't want them to crossbreed, the safe locations are in the corners, like so, but not in the plus part. So here is bad, here is bad, here is bad, here is bad, because you run the risk of them crossbreeding. And as a matter of fact, when you do crossbreed, you place the plant you want to be replaced in the center, and then these side ones pass their traits to the middle. So when you're trying to like find a good trait, oh my goodness, this one's like grow, but it's all the rest is hardy and then a water. So typically, if you're going to do a lot of this kind of clone stamping like this, or clone checking, the best way to do it is with 3 trays, 3 small trays, like so. Obviously, we'd fill this up with water, but like, do you see how this is one planter? They're protected because they're not touching each other. Do you see what I mean? So you can actually get 6 of these going here and not have any concern about them crossbreeding. So you can get an extra 2 safely this way because you're using 3 small trays as opposed to 1 large tray. Because these tarps save it. Hey, what's up, Zeus? What's up, guys? Lotto de Great says, I can see teammates messing up my farms. 100%. Oh, nice. There's a genetic calculator on the App Store. Nice. Is it for Android or iOS? Delicious. So these actually, I don't know, will these actually grow? I think these will just die like this. Maybe we'll have to get some water on those. So if we go upstairs real fast, these might die downstairs. So like this one should be in a state now where we can harvest it. So instead of just harvesting it, you're going to hold the action. Oh, it just went to breeding. All right, so we're going to have to wait until, went to crossbreeding. We have to wait until that hits the next stage. This one we might be able to get. So if we hold the action button, instead of eating it or taking a harvest, you take a clone. And now we just replicated this plant, and you can see the genetics at the bottom. We have GHYXGW. And so what you want to do is then for the next one, so to safely have these on the same tray as this one and not have them crossbreed, I'm going to place them in the corners. And then as long as we don't have everything in our hands, we can see that it's growing. We have, they're looking good. So we really just have to wait before they go to, is it sapling? And then we can harvest it up. Crossbreed phase has to be over for this one for us to harvest. But you can see how we're replicating the same plant over and over again. All right, so let me see if I can splash some water on those real fast. How much scrap should you sell teas for? That's the question. Obviously, you're going to sell the scrap or the teas for something much higher as they start to get to the pure status because they're so valuable and it takes so long to do them. So kind of think about it as like, what's your time worth? Right, that might be enough for some of these. I should just bring down a bunch of these, but I guess we could dump that. Just trying to get clones out of these. Server has to catch up. You can see why this is all server-side calculations, so you can see why electricity and farming really need like a stable server environment that can be predictable, and that's another reason why I think all these custom servers have taken so dang long. Alright, so these should grow past their seedling phase. We just shot them up to 100%, or close to it. It looks moist. Don't you ever say moist to me ever again. And these are outside, but these should be enough for us to grab a clone. But you can see we have 6 here in the same spot, and then here we can only safely do 4. So a lot of times if you have small places or even walkways, you can place these on the floor because you can walk on these, and it's not going to hurt the plants. And then you can use these to like clone your trays. That's why the farming T-base, the T-base. Do I have a shortcut for that? Hang on. Is it the T-base? I think I do. We should make one. Hold on. I don't think I do. The T-base has these in there. You can grow out of these trays for certain, but it's like a smaller amount of water you have to maintain, which is not too bad, but you can also clone very rapidly when you need to. It's very versatile. That's why typically you see me do that in like smaller builds, because I generally will start solo. I know the boys come on and play with us, but like, you know, if I sign on before them, I'm definitely playing solo until then, so. So I'm putting these in the corner here so they won't crossbreed. These will be approaching sapling. And these are growing up here. But you see, even though we had their weird crossbreed, they're still going to grow. Yeah. Yeah. So you can already tell, like, sometimes even if you're like, hey, I only had so many seeds for these and I don't want to waste them, you can place them in the corners and then just be like, hey, I have junk seeds. I need to just grow them, because here's the thing. When you actually pick these, you can get worms. You can also, I think it's when you pick these, you get seeds too. Is it with potatoes? I think so. I believe so. Um, Says, I wonder if Face Punch will detect scripters by accuracy, like measuring headshots. If so, it says that would be smart. They, Face Punch, they do a lot of, if you're talking about the console side, that's a different, completely different system that's in place, and a different company that's managing that. But Face Punch on the PC side has a lot of robust systems in place to catch cheaters. But even with all of those things, the cheaters are still very bad. So that just kind of tells you, like a really popular game like Rust, and the type of genre that it's in really makes it susceptible to cheating and stuff. Not saying that Face Punch does probably one of the better jobs I've seen out of all the companies that do PC gaming. So I'm not pooping on Face Punch. They do an exceptional job, but still, let's put it this way: the cheating's so bad, it doesn't even feel like it because it can be so bad at times. But I mean, I want to say that Face Punch does do a good job at putting tools in place and catching the cheaters. But The cheater problem is just that bad, is what I'm saying. Gary is fully aware of it, and so is his team. And they have been for as long as I can remember. I mean, I would say for the entire life of the game. Okay, so we can now clone this one quickly. So if we have a more yield trade on this one, we'll actually get more per harvest like this. Oops, not harvest, I'll just take a clone. Ooh, that's a deadly one, eh? Make a clone. This one's not ready yet. So a lot of times when you get these clones, another reason why you want to keep a fridge, because it's vertical storage, so you can fit more of them. Let's be honest, if you've got a grow operation, you're going to have some spaces in here that you're going to need to fill, so a refrigerator is ideal. It's a good place to space these out, too, because you really need to know what's what. You can still use normal boxes, but just know that a refrigerator's footprint on the ground is pretty small, and it's vertical storage. And if you remember, anything in a like a loot room is, those boxes are a very different shape. You'll basically find places to jam boxes and put your clones in. What biome do you find potatoes? Good question. Okay, so the potatoes, in most cases, let's see if we can just go find one in the wild here. You'll find them in like foresty areas and like with the moss on the ground. Kind of around potatoes like this, or I'm sorry, not potatoes, mushrooms like this. But they're kind of hard to see. What is this? Oh, yeah, if you ever want to see what the trash piles look like, these are the prefabs that stick onto the ground for ground variations, and then the loot sits on top of the bubbles. Yeah, you'll see them around here like this. Let's see if we can find one. You're in a good place if you're seeing a lot of berries. They're just the little crop tops for those, the leaves for them are kind of hard. They blend in very well. They're just slightly off color from the standard. See, look at all these berries everywhere. I'm hoping we can find you a good example here, because this would be the type of area that you would find them. Once you see what the little leaves look like, you kind of know what to look for in the future. I don't know how to describe them other than they're just a little bit off color. I'll hold still for a second. It's like, where's Waldo? Oh, see, like, even the hemp blends in pretty well, right? There's more berries over here. So anytime you see vegetation like this, that's like pickable, you're in the right place. I know we'll find one in here. We have to. They're a lot rarer than the other stuff. And I do know we have potatoes on console. Like, the first thing I did was load up PTB. And then I saw the potatoes. I was like, oh yeah, we got potatoes. My people's food. There's got to be one in this patch. Or at least I'm hoping there is. Honestly, you could probably sell potato seeds at a pretty decent price too, because a lot of people want to start a potato farm. They're the best food. They take the longest, maybe, or it's up there. I think it's the longest. They take a lot of water and stuff, but they also recharge you a lot. So you don't need to eat too many potatoes once you have them in your fridge. A well-stocked PvP Chad house is going to have potatoes in the fridge by the respawn. Let's go check on our plants real quick and make sure we can harvest them. I don't want them to grow for too long. Never seen a potato. I know, because they're so, like, incognito. But, man, when you get them, you're like, I have gold. I mean, shoot, you could just sell potatoes or the seeds and sell them for various prices, because a lot of people want to grow potatoes. I mean, they look like this, but you can already tell how well they blend in. So, like, right here, we'll pick a bunch of these. Want them all. Oh, I didn't mean to pick it. But you see how we have this extra stuff here? We now have little twigs. We even have worms. If you don't want to use this for fishing, and if you're next to water, you might as well make fishing traps because that's also money. You can put them in the composter along with your horse caramels. Delicious. Let's see if we can bring along a potato seed to kind of help with the Oh, we wanted these up here. That's why I came back. Remember, we're trying to super grow these. Or, I'm sorry, not super grow. We're trying to clone these. So this is our GYH. That's really hard to see. Let me look down so it's darker. GHYXGW. So look, we have 4 of each. Beautiful. So now what we can do, as we start to get more of these, if they're all of the same genetics, you can place them next to each other because what are they going to do? You know, crossbreed and make another plant. So as long as they're in a protected like tray area, because with this this tarp edge is going to save it from. Hang on, I feel like my mouse sensitivity jacked up. I bet my. You know those little drivers that run all the time on the side? I'm pretty sure this one is like, yeah, I don't think it was running. Annoying. Is that? Make sure it's on the right thing. Why do they make that so annoying? Okay. Well, it's still pretty zippy. Oh my goodness, I feel like it's too fast now. When did they change the... That's loud. Sorry, I tripped my mouse. I guess that's good. Okay, it slowed down. A little bit. I guess that's fine. What's up, Brent? What's up, Roberto? It says, do fish traps work the same as apples when it comes to bait? Most organic things you can put in there. Fish love to eat chum. They love to eat garbage. They're like the goats of the sea. There's some things that don't go in there, but for the most part, you should be able to see it on the stats. But yeah, you can put all kinds of wild stuff in there. Raw meats, almost, I think all the raw meats will work. Let's see if we can get up here so we can find one of those little... I think if we plant this, it'll give us a good idea. You see how absolutely camo that is? If that wasn't a customly placed potato, you would have no idea. It's only when it grows a little bit is it absolutely... like just a little visible, but other than that, it's absolutely invisible. There has to be one back here. I want to find it. I need to find it. Banana Monkey says, I love your videos. Thanks, man. Thanks, baby. I mean, it's possible there's no potato in here. That's pretty typical because they're pretty rare. Probably the rarest of all foods, other than blueberries. Yeah, with the new terrain cover, it makes it very difficult to find. There it is. I found a potato. Do you see what I mean? Oh, there's two potatoes. Two potatoes. We're rich. Okay, let's give it a rundown, boys. Oh yeah, they're kind of like nodes and stuff, yeah, where you pick them and then other stuff can come in. Okay, so we had a question. Hopefully we can find this again. We had a question. Where to find potatoes on PC Rust, but also Rust Console Edition. So the biome that you find these in are the same places you would find mushrooms. With the ground cover here, it's obviously going to be in a foresty area like this with shade. If you find berries or mushrooms, it's a good place to look for potatoes. Now, the question is, they're extremely hard to see, and I think I've already lost them. Let's see if we can find them. They're green, and they blend in very well to the ground cover. We found two of them here a second ago. Where are these potatoes? I shouldn't have gone up so high. We might have to do this over again. We already lost them. Does that tell you how camo the potatoes are? Basically, when you're running, look down, and if you see a potato flash, go back. Potatoes are rare. Potatoes are rare. Just selling potato seeds is valuable. People maybe don't know that yet, but anybody that's played on PTB definitely knows. Do you see what I'm talking about? I literally just lost them. Yeah, so when we do this little chunk again, we're not going to fly up high because I totally lost it. Oh my goodness, we found two of them too, like right next to each other. Potato fever. I mean, yeah. Potatoes, baby. You kind of have to just slow down and take in the ground cover, and then you'll start to see them. Or stumble upon them like I did, and it was like, what? There's two of them here. I shouldn't have pulled back that far. We totally lost them. And we know they're here. There's the hemp. There's the berries. These are good examples. I can't find it. Wasn't it like right here? Look, we have all this different type of plants here. How did we lose them? Okay, so while we're trying to find the potatoes again, a lot of times if you want to get started with teas right away, and I mean right away, live next to this forest area and just kind of as you're leaving the area, pick up these berries, these berry bushes as you're leaving, because they'll regrow here as frequently as the mushrooms do. And then that way you can kind of stockpile just a few berries and maybe it's enough to make an ore tea to get you started during a wipe. So living next to the forest biome like this with the ground cover is nice. Try not to build here because it will stop those nodes from spawning in. But if you're kind of passing through here as you respawn, pick up those berries, save the seeds. You're going to need them for those all-important ore teas. Dude, I can't believe how quickly we lost that. I mean, I can, but I can't. Do you know what I mean? Trying to see if I can find it on the backtrack. It says world ranked potato server. I still can't believe we found two of them, and then I lost them like just as quickly. And I put my hands on the keyboard like we're playing Ages. This computer games got me messed up, man. I want to say it was like back here by these like... I'm probably walking past it too, which is even more embarrassing. Watch the chat's probably like, I see it, I see it. I'd be like, I don't. I don't want to mark it because I want people to see just how crazy camo they are. But maybe I will mark them because I lost them. I bet we find them again and then we lose them again. My goodness, that's crazy. Maybe it wasn't this far down the hill. Maybe it was up here, right? Oh, this is embarrassing, dude. Yeah, but the more you build in these areas, they won't spawn in there. Kind of like when you spawn or build next to stone nodes or trees. Yes, they do come back, but people have to leave the area and stuff. And since people live in bases, the probability of it respawning quickly is a lot less. Because you're living in the base, especially if they're very active. Doesn't mean they won't. I mean, as soon as they all leave the base or sign out, things pop back in. But there is a certain radius around building structures that nodes don't spawn until those things are removed. TC's kill spawns or respawns for nodes. Were we further down? Single fern by a small tree. It was. I feel like it's right around here. But I also, like a dummy, flew up high and pulled back, and I lost my sense of scale. So it's like, oh, it'd be cool if we kind of show like a swoop down, and then I lost it like an idiot. I'm probably going to stick a teddy bear on the ground when we find it, because that was something else. I'm about to rewind the stream and take a look. Jade is playing hide the potato. More like this is looking for Mr. Potato Man. Mr. Potato Man. Was it like a darker, or was it like that birch white tree? Is that what birch is? Is it white? Yeah, I'm seriously about to rewind and take a look. But we've been scouring through here this... Oh my goodness. This is the hardest question we've answered so far. By far. I keep walking over the same area like an idiot, thinking that it's here, and watch, it's probably like offset to the left or right. Can you imagine trying to look for potatoes and then you just get smoked? While you're out here, you're like, oh man. It was like on the backside of one of these trees, and it was like just in this little ring. You're right, there was like a fern. I see it. Wow. Tell me that wasn't difficult. Okay, we got it. You see him? And we knew they were there. Use a potato highlighter. We don't have those kind of tools. Sneaky. Okay. Should we put something else there? That was wild, dude. Okay, let's try this again. We found it. That was an ordeal, dude. I mean, we scavenged this hillside. I'm glad I put that bear there, because we almost lost it again. Do you see how completely camo it is? Oh, man. I'm glad I put the teddy bear on the back. Jeez. That was painful, dude. Yeah, I gotta take a piss. Hold on. Music? Music? See? BRB. We found it. Says finally beat Russ. Alright, thanks for running. I had to take a leak. That's crazy. Oh, wait. Hold on. Very good. Just appreciate it's going to be fun without dying in the game. To find potatoes. Well, you can already see the value of potatoes. Like, just to have your eyes down is dangerous in this game. Okay. Oh, man. That was so sketchy, dude. Are we losing daylight, too? Hold on. Inva. Got raided with a base full of pumpkins once. Nice. Well, you can already, like, having those pumpkins grow everywhere is the only place you'll find that is on the riverside, riverbanks. No way, dude. If you eat that potato, we're gonna have problems. We are gonna have problems, Mr. Bear. Jeez. Did I just lose again? Do you see it? Do you see the pumpkins? Pumpkins. Potatoes? Do you see the potatoes? Sorry, jeez, I'm like distracted here. Hold on. Potatoes. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We got, it says, do you know that you can boost the farm you get in the T update? And 33% said, say what now? And then 33% said yes, but I haven't tried it yet. And then 21% say, oh yes, the best. And then 3% said no, waiting for custom, or 12% said no, waiting for custom servers. 33, 21, and 12. Is that right? 8, 21, 12. Yes. Not a birch tree? Dark tree. Oh, okay. East 80. Good call. Do you see them? You see the potatoes? Yes, they're in Rust Console Edition, and yes, they're in Rust PC. And they're extremely hard to find. They spawn in the forest biome, and let me walk up on this little guy. Yes, they grow in the wild, on the floor, and they're extremely hard to see. And when they're little baby saplings, they're even more difficult to see. If you're wondering, if you see mushrooms, or if you see different berry bushes, where are they now? Or even the cloth. You can find potatoes. They are very rare and they're extremely hard to find, as we did look for this for what, 20 minutes? So potatoes are definitely in the game, and they're the best food to eat when you're recovering from respawning or even combat. So find them. They're your friends. Let's see if we can find it again. Ah, yes. Do you see the potatoes? Do you see them? They're so difficult to see, we had to mark them with a teddy bear. Potatoes. They exist. They're real. And they're in the forest biome. Next to the potatoes, the mushrooms, the berries, the trees, the ferns, the ground cover, they're extremely hard to see. I'd say even the yellow berries are pretty difficult to see. Yellow, green berries. So there we go. We answered the question. That took a second, huh? We did it. What's the best way to protect your vending machine for a shop? The vending machine can take a lot of damage. So typically, you kind of bank on that. Hold on a second. Why is did my chat window get all weird? Hold on. Man, I am just having issues, aren't I? Hold on, my preview thing got all goofy. Oh boy, hold on. It's like I can't see the chat. What is going on? I gotta reset it. Man, dude, what is the deal today? First the potatoes, now this. We're gonna come back, our potatoes are gonna be toast. I have to switch to the other overlay. Pixel gaps or bunker? Those are, yeah, G clones because they're next to a teddy bear. Weird little brown pumpkins. Yeah, little poop pumpkins. Poop. Ah, they're okay. Are these getting close? Oh, they're all ripe. Okay, let's clone them all. It's kind of a waste if you're gonna clone to let them go much past seedling, or sapling rather. Because then they're just wasting water and time. But now this whole tray is dedicated to this genetic clone, or those genetics, and then this tray is dedicated to the genetics for this potato. What a nerd. So yeah, once a tray is dedicated to that genetic clone, then you're safe, more or less. Who would have thought? It would have been so rough, huh? Is my internet eating it? Hold on. Jeez. Knock on wood, we're okay. Says it's green. Is the server eating it? Please no. Please no. The genetics. So this all will be used for turning the sprinkler system on and off. Beautiful. The berries. Let's scramble my brain. Okay, what else were we talking about? Check my list. The genetics question was good. Because it is very confusing, because you're like cloning, genetics, like what does it all do? So like right here, since these are all like ripe, we would go ahead and farm all these, or just pick them up. See how we got 10 potatoes, 20 potatoes. Even though these aren't the best genetics, you can still get the plants, you know what I mean? See how many potatoes we just got out of that, gentlemen? That will keep your team HP'd and ready to go. And sell your potatoes. Oops. Items to compost. Did we not compost stuff earlier? What? And then I'm pretty sure when you eat potatoes, they make seeds. Is that right? Yes. So you already know. I mean, seeds are helpful because A, potatoes are dang hard to find, and B, this basically means how many rolls you have. So seeds now have value. Even the hemp seeds that everybody throws on the floor. Not any longer. So if you're trying to make the perfect seed, then you're going to need those to really roll. Yes, genetically you could like find ways to make it better, but it's going to take you so many different generations. It's better to keep your seeds. Potato. Yeah, crossbreeding is its own thing. The genetic stuff I think we can cover now, but I really want to... I'm working on a diagram that's, I think, going to help a lot for that. I guess we could try to explain it in a rudimentary way here. But it is on the complex side. And these guys ready to be harvested. Look at that, 16, boom. I love this game. It's the best. Bit too far back. Let's throw that one away. You see that off the glare of the sun? Yes. Yes. So the one in the middle. So this spot are all bad spots if you're trying to isolate and not breed. This one is for crossbreeding. And these are all safe places to put if you don't want it to crossbreed. There we go. That helps, right? Green are the spots you can place and not have to worry about crossbreeding, but you have to make sure that the red and orange do not have any crops. Now, if they're all of the same genetics, you can plant them all the way across. Science. So a lot of times I try to find a production gene that I'm like, oh, okay, this is good enough. If I can find something better that doesn't chew up 2 extra waters, which you already know, I mean, just making clean water is a task. But if you're like, hey, this is the only thing I have and it's got 2 grows and a yield, it's going to grow faster. It's got 1 hardy, it's like woohoo, but then you have a yield, so you're going to get more potatoes, and so like you can use this in production. And then what you do is, as you're planting out here on the side, and you're like, oh, I need a better gene, you'd be over here kind of slapping down in these single trays, trying to find a decent gene. Garbage. Trash, that's what that is, trash. It grows hardies, yield. 2 grows, yield. Are they in different positions from the other one? What positions are these in? 1 and 6? That might be one. Ooh, 2 grows, yield, hardy, and an X. This one's good. We could use that for production. It's not using as much water. 2 grows and a yield. That's actually better than one we have. And it's in position 4. The red is in position 4. So we could actually genetically mess with that. This one's still very bad, but the 2 waters are atrocious. If you're trying to make like a super clone, ideally you want all greens or one red, ideally an X. Then you have to start figuring out like what position they're in. Oh, these are ready. You see how we're outside? We aren't even worrying about like the sunlight. We just need enough to clone them, and that's it. That's all they need to do. These are different genetics. You see how we're using very little water in these? That's the way you want it. You don't want to be wasting that precious water. Whoopsie poopsie. So these are the two that we've isolated. I guess we could put down another fridge for the other one. You can start to see why you need different containers for stuff, because it gets a little crazy. Like trying to remember what's what. Mr. George. MLRS carpet bombers. Jets on PC now. I know, right? Well, they're at the end of the wipe, but yes. I think this is the cool. Here, this is our clone fridge. Let's make it real. It's clones. Yeah, until you see these blue bars in the middle, you're like, wait a minute, how are these not merging? This one was good. These other ones were kind of ho-hum, right? You can just take the plant fibers and the grubs and throw them in here. Ta-da! Plant fibers are specifically used for that, so having a composter. So you see how much space we're using here, right? You could put this in like a 2x2 or like a 2x6. It doesn't have to be really protected. It's all for farming stuff, right? And if you do that, then you can have these like fishing traps on the outside somewhere or on the inside if you plan for it. You can pull the water where you need to, and then this is like a way to like mass produce all things farming and teas. And then make sure you're just running back the valuable materials, you know, at nighttime or something, just away from the base. So when it gets raided, and it will get raided, let's be real, you know, you're not taking as many losses. To be fair with these new box inventories, these boxes are better, but I'm sure they'll increase their frame size at some point. They really should. Wipe days on Thursday for weeklies. Oh, look at these bad boys going right to sapling. Boom, 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 boom. These are all good. Ready? Clones. 18. Look at this. I can do 2 trays now. You see how once you find something to mass produce, you can really start to ramp it up when you need to? And since they're all the same genetics, they're not going to crossbreed. Now, granted, I have accelerated times here. Your times for these are going to be much slower. Says, with fish baits, does better bait get you better fish? In most cases, I found... Here's the other thing, too. It's a great question. Great question. I'd already ate those up. Let's find some garbage and throw it in there. Here's how I typically do this. Think about it. You could be fishing, too. So, like, while you're waiting for your crops, if you have a little hole in the floor, you can, like, fish, man. Straight up. Here's what I found. I feel like better bait does help. But when you have certain types of, like, fish that come in, because you're going to get a lot of minnows, which aren't the worst thing. Think about it. Bone arrows, right? And bone armor to get you going. And then, bone arrows specifically. It's mostly about like if you're getting a certain type of fish a lot, keep it in the slot, and then that way it'll always go into that slot, and then you can like maybe catch other stuff. I think it's pretty much RNG, but we'll kind of wait and see what we get out of those. But like straight up, if you get some garbage stuff and you've already got a ton of minnows, and you're like, I'm well past bone arrows and like bone armor, then stick it in the composter. Then just make it like pure scrap then at that point. Should we bring a horse in here for poop? Poop. He's like, what's up? My name's Steve. Guy's gonna make doo-doos for us. And any extra food that you have, I don't think they eat minnows. I think you can feed them horse or people meat, which is pretty gross. Once they get a taste for it, they can't stop. So he should just be making poops for us. Same with our little friend here. So mixing up all the extra trash you have, human flesh, anything, all the garbage goes in here and it will make fertilizer. Fertilizer can be used if you crouch really low. You can hit E and then you can see the fertilizer slot for your crop plots. Bet you didn't know that. Wait, we're just doing this outside. Cavalier. Should we put another batch of these bad boys? Who's excited for horses? I know I am. Just an obscene amount of horses down here. That's making me excited to have horses. Eh. It's just floating. Okay. That's cool. They make it so you can't pin people down with these anymore. Here's how we do it. Got it. Oh wow, there's like so many inside of each other. Oh my. Okay, we might have spawned too many horses, okay? Oh, we can't have the same kind. Trying to do this around. Yeah. Oh no, he's on top of me. There's lots of colors of horses. Yeah, they do. They boost the crops in such a way where like it keeps them to 100%. So you can see right now, surprisingly, the overall is 86. We can get the ground up to 100% by using fertilizer. In most cases, you're probably going to be selling fertilizer at Bandicamp for scrap. Because then scrap equals like buying power, right? Like you can do so many other things with scrap. You can straight up go to Outpost and buy metal fragments if you have an abundance of scrap. Like if you've already done all the research and you have a ton of scrap, you can turn scrap into things. You can buy weapons with it. You can buy F1 grenades and grind them up for GP. Like there's so many different things you can do with an abundance of scrap. Conversion rate's high, but it's supposed to be because it's valuable. These guys should be ready up here, hey? Let them go a little bit longer. Yikes. These are still in crossbreed? Yep. You see how we've just mass produced this seed over time and just... And so, like, you would take these, and then these are the seeds you're going to use to, like, just keep cranking. Because then, like, and it's not to say you can't go out there and, like, PvP and stuff like this. 100% you can. Like, it's your night times. You come back, and then you manage your crops. You know, because it's so dark out. This one's nice, dude. Look, we're only using one water trait. Was that the same one? It is. I'm stupid. I was like, wait a minute. This one's a little better because it's only using one water trait. We have 2 grows and a yield. 2 grows and 2 yields would be ideal. Although I see how we have the X in the number 4 slot. But we could use that later. So it's more about kind of whittling down like, hey, what are we going to use? What's usable? Can we use this now? And as people eat potatoes, you just got to tell your teammates, when you eat the potatoes, because a lot of times you're going to be respawning like this. Like, realistically, now we're actually going to have chairs in the area. Like, that's a real thing. Things to help boost your comfort levels. When people eat those seeds, you tell them to put them back in the fridge. And to eat 1 pumpkin and then sit down. Do you see how my comfort's shooting up? If you eat 1 item and then sit down, your health will boost much faster. So like you'll have little areas like this where you're like, oh, let me grab a potato. You eat 1 and throw the seed back in, right? Because you need them for the production, right? Because like, well, look at this. We've got production potatoes, but we could definitely use a better genetic potato. And this is for all crops, all colored berries, all pumpkins, corn, it all works like this. Farm setup. Boing. I know it's kind of a diluted way to talk about that, but hey, yeah, it's your boy. Any penis. What's up? Sky says, did I come in at bedtime? No, not at all. How does horse stam work? It's kind of like gasoline or your turbo meter, more or less. As you run faster, you will deplete it longer. Or you'll deplete it faster. Potatoes. Pistachios? It's a good question, man. Here, let me show you a little trick. And I know this is for the future, but this will definitely help. It's a good question. This is realistic, and this is realistic. Let's put... Oh, yummy. So all your extra junk, like any fish, minnows, or whatever, these are not bad. You would gut the sardine, actually, for more fish meat. And look, you get low grade, why not? Just save the bones. You might as well. You can stick that in. I don't think you can stick bones in there. I thought I tried. I was like, you know, I don't think I've tried. But all your extra junk you can throw in here. You would save this extra meat as well. And let's be real, dude. Cooking the fish meat and using that to recharge is also a nice option. So fishing is very viable. You could throw that fish in the composter if you wanted to. There you go, minnows. Pretty sure these go in there. Minnows are a great food for like respawning and just running into the action. Because think about it. As you eat this, you're making more bones. So then if you go harvest wood, you can like make a bow and arrow if you need to. So it's not a bad respawn, kind of jump back in and see what happens kind of thing. Not a bad setup. You can just sell bone arrows in a vending machine for something, you know, really cheap. Like, hey, here's 100 bone arrows for 1,000 stone or something. People would be like, oh, word? You know, because you may not need it, but the scrubs might. You can really turn this into quite the factory. Do you see how you can just sit here and cook some fish meat, bubble your water, and just keep going? Just did I come back at a bad time? What do you mean? Ooh. Oh, is that what's it with the horses? Yes. Very good. Think about it, you could be out here fishing a little bit too. If you're on top of your base, you can just cast out. There's all the kinds of things you can do at nighttime. Oh yeah. Let's see, do we have all these bad boys cooked up now? These are good for individual clones. But once you have all of the same type, you can just kind of smash it. So we have 3 decent production types. This is probably the best. Do we have 2 grows and a yield? And like it's in the X position. Doesn't mean you get rid of these. Like these 2 wouldn't mix well because then this 4th trait is an X. Though we could probably whittle it out and make it green. Get rid of the water if we mix these 2. That's another reason why you kind of want them in these rows like this, so you can kind of compare and look at these guys like that. I find. Okay, talking about horses. This is how horse stam works. Every horse is different. So if you walk up to the horse and you hold your action button, you see exam. You can see it has like speed and stam. And this one, if we get on the horse itself, you can actually see the stam bar off to the right, and it will deplete as you run or walk over time. And so that's basically your fuel tank for turbo or for your boost. And what's really cool though is actually if you hit crouch, you can get the horse to stop. But then if you have something like pumpkins, pickles that you can buy at the outpost, if you throw them on the ground in front of him, he'll eat them and then he'll recharge his stam. Good boy. So you don't have to play the pickle game anymore. You just throw him at the old horse. And he's like, oh thanks, and my stam's back to 100%. See you later. Turbo. So yeah, throw the pickles. It goes. It goes. Will he step up on that? Oh, thank goodness. Oh, look at all this horse fertilizer, baby. This one generates the most amount of fertilizer over time. I forget what the other ones do, but they all do definitely work. I think you can stick plants in there. Yeah, an abundance of these you can turn into fertilizer. Pickles? No kidding. I didn't know pickles went in there. How about that? You got a whole sustainable farm going on here. What about these guys? Looking good? Clone them. Clone them. The only reason why our water went down a little bit here is because we actually let them grow for a hot second. But like, look, we have a full fridge full of ready to go. Oops. Overflow. Which one's this? Then you can start to sell these too, like in vending machines. Usually you're going to sell the perfect clone, but I usually just sell seeds if you're going to sell anything, because then people are like, oh, I can do my own thing. Or just sell straight up potatoes, because then you're kind of selling a little bit of everything at that point. Know what I'm saying, dog? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Denny. It's good stuff, man. Like this guy we could sell for scrap. But you see how we're getting minnows? A lot of times you can stick just one of them here and then they'll always kind of hit that slot. It's kind of a way to like reserve the slot for the trash and then leave room for the other things potentially. Because if there's room for those to spawn in, it kind of like filters them out. I feel like I get better luck like that. I hope it works that way for us on the console side, as there's been quite a few iterations here and there, so. Okay, so I was going to build out, I think we'll do some electronic stuff off that side. And then maybe we'll do more of our planting stuff over here. You guys want to see more planting stuff? You guys want us to look at some build stuff? Are you guys indifferent? Let's check our water situation over here. Can we turn on a water system? These help fill them up, but it is so slow. Even though you may have a sprinkler system, I'm telling you, water jugs are still something you're going to use for sure. So always keep a fridge full of empty water jugs. I know before we used to throw them on the ground, but they're extremely valuable now. Extremely. So hang on to them. There's a reason why you can buy empty jugs at the bandit camp. Because they're valuable. Yes, even though you may have sprinklers, it's so slow. Typically, if you're going to fill up all of these planters, or even just one planter, you're going to have a water jug that you're going to throw the clean water in the center of the crop plots to really get things going. I feel like my frame rate just dropped. I feel stuttery. Should my chat's not falling behind here? Hi. Ugh. Stinky fish. But you can even tell up here, like with the sprinkler system running like this, you still don't even need it running all the time. You want it to run in bursts. So like off for a little bit and then back on again. And then when things get really low, then you can go by with a water jug and fill it up. But that's why we needed a very specific type of timer where we can have it on and off, because then you're really saving the water. Because even though we have this crazy 200,000 milliliter clean water system that's totally not realistic that you would put in an actual game. I mean, you could if you're super chatting it, but even with this, we still have to conserve the water. So even if you're flush with clean water, you're still going to have to pay attention to your water levels and make sure you're maintaining them. Because it's a rare resource now. Probably let that run for a second. We need to burn that down. What about this level? Is this... Yes, it could use a little bit. I don't think our right side's working correctly. I kept trying to see what was causing it. I think there might be a bug with some of the watering system. Very good. Hey, as long as one side works, that's all I care about. Yeah, but if you were to build like a base like this, you would make so much money. You would dominate the wipe. Dominate. Actually filling up pretty quick. It's not too bad. I think they buffed it. Well, 5,000 is more than enough to get things going for sure. We might have enough to do genetics. I gotta sneeze. I think we have... If we're gonna mix... This is the new one, right? We still have position 4. That's gonna be an X. We could 50-50 this. So whatever we throw in the middle, and then we could throw this on there. We might get a grow, we might get a yield. Oh, I kind of hope we do. Alright, so if we put this, if we surround a seed with this, let's try it. Screw it. Let's take a junk seed. Alright, doesn't really matter. That's going to be replaced. Wait, shoot. I might mess it up. This is why you have junk seeds. Yes, this has to grow. Then you place the other stuff and it pulls it. Okay, that's how it works. I always switch it in my head. Okay, so what we're going to do is... We're going to take 2 of these, and if we have 2 on either side, it will 50-50 if they're both green. Our red slot that's in the 4th slot is always going to be X, so we are not going to get rid of that, but at least it's the null trait. And then with the last slot, 6, we can overpower it. As a matter of fact, let's overpower it with Y and H. So we'll go 1 of these, and then 3 of the other. I think that's how it works. And then we'll go 50-50. Okay, that's how it's going to work. So we got to wait for this guy to go to crossbreed. Should probably plant these now. If we put them on the four corners, none of these corner pieces, so the green, are going to crossbreed with anything else. So when this hits, I don't know, I might have put these too early. These basically have to not be in crossbreeding, or else they're gonna crossbreed back. So hopefully this one hits crossbreeding first. Do these have like 2 grows? Uh-oh, this might catch up. That also might catch up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I might have timed that wrong. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We don't have to really worry about like lighting or anything with these too much. We're just trying to get it to crossbreed. That's it. The one that's growing super fast. Where's this one at? Okay, I think we're okay. Maybe? But I feel like this one's gonna catch up. I feel like those are growing too fast. So we're gonna throw it down one more time. It's good to have extra clones. There you go. When this, we want this to hit crossbreeding first, then it's gonna pull all the traits from the corners. If memory serves me correctly, but it has to be off of seed, I believe. So by the time this hits crossbreeding, these should be good. This one was a bit slower because it doesn't have... Oh wait, no, that one does have 2 grows. Seedling, sapling, crossbreeding. I think this one's catching up too. Okay, we should have staggered it a little bit better. Is this the one with a 2 on it? Yeah, okay, we'll kill this one and then we'll plant it again. It's very confusing at first. So another reason why I was like, diagram. I want to be there when it actually crossbreeds. I'm so stupid. I put this on the... Oh my goodness. Hey, it's kind of good. I didn't do that right because this is in the single trays. I'm so dumb. Okay. Oh, wow. Don't look at me. I'm embarrassed. Okay, well, let's try that again. Hey, at least we got the timing better this time. Okay, so what's going to happen is, let me just clear this out of my inventory so you guys can see what's going on. That was so... Oh, wow. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to take a junk seed. It's going to be in the middle. Then, because we want to get rid of this extra trait, we need to overpower it in the 6th slot. So our 6th slot here is W. So reds really like to overpower or take over traits, so we need to overpower it with 3 greens. And it's going to be from here. So it's most likely going to take the YH trait. So this one's going to get overwritten. Doesn't really matter what this one is. We just need the timing right. And then this one here is going to crossbreed here, but then all the other traits here are going to mix with it. But since we have a lot more greens in the 5 and 6 slot, it's going to override that, which means we're going to lose a grow trait, which kind of sucks. But we're looking to just get rid of some of the red. So here's our configuration. We'll let this guy in the center grow for a minute. We'll let him get up to seedling first. Man, I really screwed that up. Like, what an idiot. Junk seed in the middle? Yep, sure is. It's kind of nice to keep your junkers, because then you can, you know, backtrack on them when you need to. Let that one grow for a sec. Man, I messed it up bad. Your baseline seeds, baby. Yeah, your base clone. Man, I really should set up in such a way where it's like I've got. You guys can see the shared screen. So I'm like, I doodle a lot of nodes down. I think it'd be helpful that you guys can see. I think I'll set up. We did it one time for Satisfactory. I think we can do it again. It'd be a little tricky, but I think we can do it. Yeah, because it's all about positioning of like where your genetics are sitting. So like 1, 2, 3, or 4. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Where's this one at? Seed? Oh, it's got no light because it's nighttime. Whoopsie poopsie. Let's change that, Steve. Good thing this is a junk seed. Yeah, it's always, your overall condition is always your lowest percentage. So the server should kick over to light by now. Takes a second to catch up. It's all server-side stuff. We can find out what time it is, or what it looks like for realsies. Well, it might take a second. It might have to be more daytime. How about noon? How about that? Oh, I guess it has its own tick rate too. Well, I'll have to wait for that to catch up. There it goes. Back to normal. It can go back to growing. It pretty much pauses when you have it dark out, so that can really affect your grow times. Look at all that poop. That's interesting, because it's not like instant. It definitely has to catch up with its next tick rate for the plants. Good to know. You learn something new every day. That's a trash seed. Okay, so. I don't want anything going over there. This is where we're going to replace. These three are the same on the L. And this is the one we're going to shoot down and hopefully override. When you get too many clones, it gets crazy. Dude, I might have to drop a deuce. I might have to poop. No joke. Yeah. So what's going to happen is we're going to have this centerpiece get completely overridden by these corner slots. Now that I totally confused that this was its own thing. So yeah, we're going to have these green corners override the orange, but we have to have the timing just right. So it's in seedling now. So I think we can place our other stuff. So what I'm going to do is get this bottom row first. And then do the top row. I like to do it this way because then you don't lose track of stuff. Ooh, a sapling. Alright, so the reason why I did that is this has a grow, but like these other ones have like 2 grows and they can kind of catch up. So I want to make sure that this is in crossbreeding. I think these have to be off of seed, but these should grow quick enough. So these 3 here are the same. This is the one we're going to overpower. That 6th slot, the W, we want to override because if we want a better production gene, this will do it because it'll be using less water. This one is at sapling. Sapling then goes into crossbreeding. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it goes sapling, and then is that right? Sapling, crossbreed. It's getting late, right? Sapling, 64%. Oh, woo. Yeah. There we go. That's crossbreeding now. Ah, take a look. I already did it. So I took the W and made it a grow. Now we have the Y, the yield. We lost the yield, but that's okay. It's now a hardy because it got overridden because remember we had 3 to 1. And now the X stayed still. We have the yield still. So we have 2 grows and a yield, and now we have a hardy. So in the 4th position, we have a red X, which is better than what we had. And we lost the water, which is good because that's such a negative trait. Beautiful. These little guys can mature all the way if we want them to, or we can pick them up. When this is done with crossbreeding, we can pick it up and then we can do the next generation. We'll clone this a bunch. So what we should do here is we have... Take half of those. Right? Because this is the new... I gotta figure out what the heck we're doing here. Is that our new one? No. Am I out of my mind? So we have GGHX. The high axis says hard clickbait thumbnails as usual. We're not doing nerdy builds. We're not getting in deep? What do you mean, dog? Why are you so angry? We're not going in deep? This isn't nerdy enough for you, dog? Right, Elon Musk. Relax. Going as fast as I can. Yeah, so we're waiting for that to actually kick over. I gotta see what those genetics are for that particular side, because I'm not really sure. Hiya, hiya. Well, let me take a look. High axis. Ah, I see why you're so angry now. I get it. I get why you're upset. Hey, man. Let's put it this way. Take that energy about being angry and put it towards creating something. Okay? Going through a world being mad at other people is not a good way to live your life. There you go. A little free advice. Don't be mad at what you don't have. Be mad at what you got. Alright, don't be mad at what you don't have. Be happy for what you have. Jeez, I messed it up. It's not like that guy's gonna take that advice anyways, right? I can't remember what we just had for the other side, boys. You can see why I want a diagram for this, right? What was our new one? Oh, we had to fit. I just overrid it anyways. I'm real stupid. Yep. We should have 50-50'd it. Oh, I forgot that it does that. Oh, man. So Travis says, I was lost from the start. It's all good. This is why I'm telling you, dude, I gotta do it with the diagram because this gets so heady so fast. Like, I get lost. Like, I literally, when I'm doing this, I have like a sheet of paper or I've got my phone or something and I'm like doing it like side by side and keeping track of it. If I try to do it in my head, I jack it up so bad. You know what we could try? I'm interested to see if, yeah, we'll come back to this because this will take so much time. And like, if I'm not actually like tracking all the stuff, it's gonna be a nightmare for you guys to follow along with because I'm still tracking it too. Sorry, we'll move on to the other stuff. It felt a little too easy. See, I can stick all the minnows in there. Perfect. But to be real, this is the type you could have somebody take a full stack of minnows when they respawn and be like, yeah, just munch on those. You know, while you're leaving the base, it gives you healing, a little bit of food, hydration. It's like good enough. Sometimes we put a stack of minnows in lockers, just because on the low end for food, because stocking food is going to be a thing. Trying to give that one troll some advice. I end up getting it backwards because I can't read. I'm like, do what you touch and touch what you... Yeah. And then I'm like, what? I was like, take that, dude. Honestly, these offsets are pretty hot. Oh, wait, yeah. I got the offset set over here, don't I? I do. Perfect. Honestly, with this Adobe stuff, it makes it so much easier for us to see what's what. Let me go back to my list. That just scrambled my brain. Okay, let's do this. Our anti-roof camp. We'll keep it all in Adobe, so it's, I'm sorry, stone. I think we're far enough away there, yes? Perfect. I probably should have made that stone, huh? That has to stay. Honestly, that can be wood for a while. This also can be wood, believe it or not. Stone, stone. Before you put the ramp, you can place battery. Keep that twig. How did we do our setup last time? I think it was something like this. Does this not work anymore? We did it on a live server, like an official server. The good old wedge. Honestly, has anybody... Hey, let me ask you guys something. Have you guys played the PTB since the update, like, last week? Because if you have, how is this sound glitch? Has it come back? And if it is, how bad is it? I want to know because I know they've been trying to track that for a while, and I know like living on the water can be rough because you're just like, hey, is my game gonna crash tonight? Oh, that thing in the. Oh no, we got it. We got it. We got it. Perfect. Oops, not that. What are we made of money? Okay, let's put this down. I wanted to put this back in play, and plus this will be a nice example for us to use later. Shloop. 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 Use a wooden lock. Ooh. It's just faster. Yeah, I think with the genetics, like the crossbreeding, I'm gonna have to show you the way I do it. It might be not the most efficient way to like look at it, but at least you'll understand it. That's like, you literally have to like keep track of it because it's so confusing. At least it is for me. I don't know. Maybe some people are like, oh, that's easy for me. I'm like, well, good for you. The genetic stuff is pretty wild. We'll experiment a little bit again to see if we can find a good mashup. Okay, so we got all that there. Yes. Actually, no, we put these on here too. Wouldn't we? Ideally, you want to place these before you stick that on. So the side you place it on is the thick side. There's the top, there's the bottom. We're about in the middle of this, in the middle left and right. That's good. We'll do the same thing over here. Rotate it, go top, down, and then up so it's not riding on either socket. Perfect. Yeah, you want to be able to build around those. Just key. Keep people off your back, you know? Nope. Yeah, if you're gonna do, yeah, you might as well make it that side, right? Even though I know that's weird. Then we can lock her that side. Right, right. stick a shelf here. This will be stone because this is technically another way to protect the base. But we've saved enough in other wood areas that we should be okay. Oh wow, I didn't think it would place like that. Roof camp. Cross breeding. Well. Yeah, you could actually double up on that side. That's kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty dope. You just turn this into like a compartment. Somebody break into it, be like, knock yourself out. I don't like the idea of them being able to shelf up like that though. I guess you could place and then break. Yeah, that works. Place, break. Although to be fair, they can still attach. They can step up pretty easily. Just doing some hypotheticals for the exterior for this. I don't mind this here, but I wonder how we're going to fit that in with some of our turrets and stuff. So this is like a modification of the T-base. To be fair, you can make a horse stable out of this thing, really. You absolutely could, which would be pretty awesome. Just jam horses in here and then you just grow off the top. That's gonna be so dope. Yeah, you totally could, 100%. You make an entrance right here. Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be sick, man. Oh, come on, we can't place here? Bro, what? Why not? What? Why can we not place here? What? Oh? How? The server crashed. That's why. I was like, dude, that is definitely a spot you can connect. That was weird. Give me a sec. We're signing back in. Squirt. Okay, let's check on the poll. We have 49 votes. It says, did you know you can boost the farm you get in the T update? 35% said, say what now? 27% said, yes, I've tried it. Or, yes, I haven't tried it. 22% said, oh, yes, it's the best. And 16% said, no, waiting for customs. I don't know why it's failing the connection. Weird. Let me double check the server then. Make sure it's still running. I mean, I guess we'll have to do it on another server if it's like not ready to go here. Ooh, game crashed, eh? Hold on. That explains a lot. Hold on, boys. Sorry. I tell you what, the last update feels like it's been very unstable. It's very weird for Rust. On PC, at least. Sorry about that. Sorry, I didn't know the client crashed in the background. My bad. Alright, while I'm digging this up, we'll just roll some more music real fast. Sorry about that. We're trying to figure it all out, man. I didn't know the client. You guys are just looking at a blank screen. I was like, oh, jeez. Very good. Yeah. I think it's connecting now. Yeah, hang on, the server's eating it. Ready. Dude, did that server just eat it or what? Dude, what's going on? Wow, dude, so the server's just like toast. Alright, I guess we'll find a backup. I think the game's gonna crash. What? Hold on, it's gonna eat it. I can feel it. Yeah, the client's very unstable. Yep, it just crashed. That's wild, dude. It is wild how I've never. It's been years and years since I've seen this game be unstable like that. That's very bizarre. And then the client, well, the hosting service that I use, it looks like their website's eating it too. So I was like, whoa. Yeah, wow. It's having a hard time. I can't even like sign in to check that. That's freaking nuts. Well, we're gonna sign in and just see if we can get on like a build server and keep talking about what we're talking about. You know what I mean? Okay, sorry. I just had to bring it back up again. I know it's very weird. Now, occasionally the server will crash, but it's very sophisticated. That's why there's a lot of very nutty stuff in here. It says, "Do you play on Xbox or PS on console, Russ?" I do. I do. I do. The only reason why we're doing like we typically will come out here and do some stuff, but we main over on console. The only reason why I've been doing this so much the last month or so is because my streaming machine and all my setup for the console side ate it, so I'm getting it all repaired. I burned up the motherboard. Wow, it crashed again. What's going on, boys? Did we break the game? Wow. Okay, sorry. Let me try it again. That's nuts, dude. I've never had it crash so many times. I mean, I if we can't load in, then that might be it, dude. Hold on, we gotta check. That's my fault, dude. I don't know, it's so unstable. I've never seen it like this before. In all the years I've played Rust. Try it one more time. I think that's our server. Let's see if we can get back into ours. This might be us. Well, the Builder's Sanctuary or whatever is so like super sophisticated and so loaded with people, it can be pretty unstable at times. All right, I think this is us. Hopefully. Sorry about that. I know it's confusing because like it's only set up to like show that screen, so when it crashes, it's just dark. You're like, what's going on? All right, so the idea here is we're building off of the T base, and we're gonna put anti-roof camp, which we've done in the past, which has worked quite well for us. I'm trying to see if we have the T base command. Oh, we have T's. We have that. We don't have the T base or the T wedge. It's really the T wedge, isn't it? We don't have it. How about that? Yeah, we have T. Let's make T wedge command. What do you say? Let's do it. I'm surprised that. Oh, that's why. Because my machine broke, and I get it. I get why I didn't do it. All right, so T wedge is going to be on there. T E A W E D G E. Yes. Yes. There we go. T bunker base. We're just building off of this one here. If you type in T wedge, no space, it should come up now. Let's test it. What's up? Smelly Frey, what's up, dude? What's up, man? T wedge? We could do another one. Let's do T base. T base. And another one will be the hermit. Is hermit H? Hermit. H-E-R. Hermit. Alright, exclamation point hermit or exclamation point T base, no space. Those will all bring up the hermit farm base, which is a specific base. Nice, okay. I'm surprised I didn't have that set up. Sorry about all that, man. That was crazy, right? Sorry, one more privacy screen. Gotta just double check the server. If it crashes again, then we'll just, you know, we'll have to call it, but... Or if it's not stable. I mean, I guess it's been crashing a lot, but... Oh, I have a dog munching on my teeth. Teeth, butt, teeth. Friendly. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, we should be good to go now. Jeez, that took a second. Alright, we have the command set up. We should be good there. So sorry. Wow, we were like on a roll and I was like, what? Still can't place that. That blows my mind. Did they block that? Gentlemen. Gentlemen. Or am I just in a weird building spot? Gentlemen, I am scared. Hold on. Did they block our ability to do that? Please no. I mean, I guess we can make a different cap for it, but this is the cheapest one. I could just be in a weird spot of terrain here. Hang on, I gotta check it to see if they changed it. Now, this will just be for PC. I think it's a glitch. I don't know. They capped off a lot of different build mechanics that we've been using. Okay, right there, 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 and this. Guess I don't need to upgrade it, hey? Come on, right there. And I can't place a foundation up here? Yes, I can. Alright, I must be in a weird spot then. Good to know. Okay. Whew. I've never seen it be like that. Although is it because we're close to this? It's very bizarre. Is there something else under the ground or terrain here that's very weird? Very bizarre. Can I do it now? Yeah, there's something build blocking it. Well, I mean, it's good to know it's not like out of the game. So we'll leave that, whatever. I got scared for a second. I was like, no. We can still manage, but anyways, onward. We'll just pretend this is filled in. Then what you can do here is just make this all wood. Doesn't really matter if somebody breaks in or not. You kind of want them to. Makes your base look extra newbie, and that's good. And the wood makes it so you can expand later. Yeah, you can make that. Let's go ahead and make that stone on the top. But everything else can be wood, so you can really see it from down low. Yes, perfect. Excellent, gentlemen. Excellent. Oh, our client only had to crash 50 times for that to work. Good. Just trying to fill in the gaps here. Yeah, I like to keep these wooden doors for sure. You want them nice and confused as to what's going on. Perfect. Perfect. I bet, can I place here? Yeah, it is what it is. You know what we could do? There you go. You don't need to know that the bunker's not going to work right now. We're only showing the roof camp part, not everything else. Anti-roof camp. Alright, let's stick some of this on the rooftop. Tap. Do we use an OR switch? Can't remember exactly what we used. See if the hermit works. Hermit. Oops, that's all caps. Hermit. Oh, it does work. How about that? Who knew? Yeah, this would cover your solar panels for sure. Then you just put you just put a metal door in there. You don't really need anything else. Metal door will work just fine. Now what about that turret? Yeah, you can leave it wood. I guess you can make that stone if you really, really want to. That's going to be such a pain to burn out. And then people can throw flame arrows all they want at that, but it's just going to fall down. I guess you could make that stone if you really wanted to, but it's up to the user. Alright, so your cluster is going to be up here somewhere. So what? Northeast, southwest. Where's our northeast? Right? Yeah. That should be enough in most cases for everything you need on the base, including the turrets. Then, didn't we stick sensors up here? I think we did. It was like sensors. Here, let me dump this poo over here. Poop. Pretty gross. Pretty gross. Kinda want to make it brighter. Hey. Alright, let's work. We don't need to flush that out. Roll up, boys. Okay. And then we had a sensor. HBF. I suppose we should get the battery charged up. Hey. Probably backwards, right? Every time. Hey, whatever, it works. It's mostly about just kind of riding it up here. Well. I hate when it does that. It looks so bad. Here, I got it. Alright, so what this is going to do is this is going to protect the top solar panels, because you know how people come up here and either they'll door camp you or they'll just be up here to harass the solar panels, or maybe you have a camera sitting outside, something, anything. It'd be nice to have a turret that can automatically open up and just clap cheeks if you needed to. Oh wow, that didn't work out the way I thought it would. Man, that one looks like shit. Anyone else do this? I do. Can't stop, won't stop. Four solar panels is more than enough for a medium for sure. Try to just keep it all nice and packaged and away from the circuit that we'll be doing. Slowly but surely. I always put an extra root combiner too, because it really helps. There's certain things in the base you don't have to rewire again, especially with your main TC cabinet with all the boxes and such. I think. That's just me though. Eh. That was not lit yet? What? Oh, is it on the backside? I guess. Alright, what kind of charge we have in the battery? How's this side not collecting anything? Alright, looking better. I should change it. Was that 29 or something right now? 47. Way better. Okay. That's why it's always important to get that going first. Trying to think. Could we use one of these down here? Set it off? Maybe. We're gonna need a door controller for sure. Can you stick it in here? Oh my goodness, you can. That's so dirty. No way. I'm amazed by that. I mean, I guess they're touching, so it kind of makes sense. Let's see if it works. It should. It's all lit up. 100%. Nice. We can use it to hide it. What the f— How did it go turbo mode like that? Is my mouse sticking? Ugh, please now. Okay, so that works. Yeah, so what we're making here is we're making an anti-roof camp. I don't think we used— kind of changing it up here. Flip the script. Power goes into here. We can have that. No, I guess not, because, you know, we'd have to kind of flip it around. So I think we're going to use the end. And then we'll need a timer switch as well. Oh, maybe we don't need the end at all, because then we could just use the input for that. Yeah. I think that's what we did. I can't remember. So our HBF is going to have power, so is our timer switch. We have at least two things of power here. And that's all it really needs to do, right? Then when it comes off the top, it's going to go to our door controller and turret. They should all be the same thing. So this will be 10 for the turret. Whatever's left over for the door. I think we do yellow on the door. That's right in there. Got it though. And then the turret is orange, maybe? Let's do orange. So I set the turret at like 10. So I didn't have to, you want the turret to run first, and then the door to open. You don't want the door to open and then the turret not be active, just in case you have like underpowered situation. So the turret and the door should open at the same time. Priority set on the turret at 10, and the remainder goes off the top. And then we're going to have an activator for the HBF. And that's going to be... Oh, we already have that out there. Let's take a look. Okay, so our main timer is going to have the power that goes through. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3. So 13 or 14 power off the top to run this circuit. 14. Yeah, so it's going to go left to right. Red is going to be the trip. Or red represents the main power coming through. Okay, red. Split. And then the HBF needs 3? Wow, no, just 1. Oh, really? Only 1? Really? Only 1? I mean, 2 at least. They need power the rest there. Can we put a switch on there? Let's see if it works. This run for 22 seconds. Oh yeah. Then after 22, it should shut. So if you peek anywhere around here, that turret's gonna blast you. It might be better for it to be like right here, right? I guess you could have two of them. I mean, that way you're using the honeycomb here. We should have a way where, since that's still active, yeah, maybe we need a better way to come around and flip it. This isn't bad though. This will definitely work. And I mean, technically, you don't even need the door really to be open, right? You could just have like a fence or something there. If you really wanted to get stupid. That way you don't have to really worry about much. Happy. Yeah, I guess we could show the different configs. Then you're running two of these at once. So then really, what do we have now? 14, so it'd be 25, 24 rather. And then one of the pieces that come off the top here are going to be another chart. Oh, I got my head in there. That's funny. Sweet. What? And the last one's going to be the door. Happy. Oof. That way you're only using whatever you need for the turret to run. You can turn off the whole circuit right here if you want to. Honestly, if you're going to keep it like this, I'd probably want that wood so you can take your turret out later if you want to. Just makes it super annoying. Yeah, work that right in there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, anybody peeks up anywhere, we're gonna get dropped. He could run it for 30 seconds for 2 minutes, whatever. Probably like 2-3 minutes, just to keep him off your back. Then you'll know when somebody's actually camping your door. Yes, very good. I like it. I guess it's good these are on. There's our main water supply, boys. Pretty good. Ugh. Wouldn't be a bad place to stick a horse stable in here too, right? Knock off this back wall. You don't have to put any farming in here necessarily. Oopsie. Stick your horse in there, man. Right? The garage door in there, you're all set. There's a deer back there just looking at us. What? To be honest, you can fit a couple in there. Keep a little trough or something down there. Feed him. Get yourself a little garage door. You can hit the switch and then just take off like a G. What if we did do that? All you'd really need is that. Right? Get the horse right up there. You're off. What's up? He says, want to play my 2-pop on console test branch? What? I control 2 population. Not bad. Dude, the wedge is the most versatile base ever. You see his little beak right there. You totally could do this. It's not bad. I tell you what, we just keep retrofitting the wedge for everything dope. I'm barely certain these don't pick up again. They do. Shut up. What if you just... Oh my goodness. I didn't think those picked up at all. They don't take durability either? Shut up. We could totally use this. Keep a horse in here. What? Horse teas? Oh my goodness. The wedge wins again. The wedge. Beautiful. Not gonna lie, I like it. You could like pick this up, dude. Shut up. You don't even need power for this. It's like the best way to roll out of there. And if you had a like a frame over here, you can like isolate the swing doors. So you wouldn't be risking anything? Oh my goodness, that's hot. That's how we're doing it. Because this is essentially the same as a regular stone wall. It's a little bit less, but then you have something like this behind there, you're like, oh, you broke in. That's how we're doing it from now on. Oh my goodness, that's so dope. Because then you can instantly have a little horse stable, and you're like all set. Hell yeah. You're seeing all this wood, you're just going, what is going on here? It just keeps getting better, dude. What's our upkeep on this? Low. 4 nodes, a tree, and... What? A metal node? Is metal 200? 300. 300. A metal node. A tree, a metal, and 4 stone nodes. Easy. A day. You could do 3 days of upkeep on this. And it's a slow build out, so you don't have to do anything crazy with it. Get more materials, go make another base. Dude, I like it. What's up? Smoke Up says, hey Jade. He says, new to your channel, I've been watching for about 2 weeks. Nice, dude. He says, keep up the good work, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, dude. Nice, baby. Wait, see how much fertilizer we just got? That should be more than enough. Don't forget, we got information on custom servers. If you haven't seen it already, is that a custom server? Yeah, I'm in a custom server right now. Custom. Yes, I can fly. That is so wild. This is like perfect. I didn't know you could pick these stupid things up. I've never tried. That changes everything. We could literally have the same setup we have before. Maybe no box down there. But I'm pretty sure the horse could just come in on top of the crops. Like, he doesn't care. Oh, that is so dope. You can save the horse. Wow, did not expect that. We were trying to do the anti-roof camp, but wow, what a nice development here. You can make more crop plots up here if you really want to. Don't have to. Your water storage really isn't going to be impacted down here because you can still turn your guy around. Come over here for your crop plot access, as we do. Didn't we do it like this last time? Yeah, we did. So pulling the battery can run for 41 minutes like this. But now, oh, it's always going to be that. Maybe, okay, so we're going to have to tweak that. Yeah, okay, so this is constantly drawing. We're going to have to update that for sure. Because when the turret system's on, it's constantly using 27. So that's actually, you might as well just have them on all the time at that point. Would this fix it? Nope. Oh, because this one's still using. Hold on. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so 6, and let's activate it. And it should go up to like whatever it needs. 27. Perfect. That's what we needed. That was the switch. We don't have to edit any more logic. That's perfect. Should close, and our usage should go down. Yeah, 3 hours. And we're gaining. Perfect. 6 seems like a lot, doesn't it? I bet we can get that down. Five? 4? Because the HBF sensor is running, and then this triggers it. Perfect. This is 2 turrets. Idle is 4 units of power. And when it's on, it's going to use 25. Oh, dang, dude. And they can keep popping this thing on and off, and it's actually going to give you more than 45 minutes of runtime. Look, and it's actually still, we're still charging. It's actually going up. So during the day, that's perfect, dude. Back to 4. Now we have 5 hours of runtime, and it's going up. We're not even close to the end time. So even if they destroyed the panels, this could still run the anti-roof camp pretty efficiently. I like it, dude. I freaking like it. It's legit. Lieutenant Commander Stinky Nuts reporting for duty, sir. Yeah, it's perfect. Woo woo. Oh, it's like burb. That way we can control it from the interior. Well. Well. Sorry, I'm a freak about this. Hot. Nerd. That way these are out of the way at the other circuit. It's the last one. Better. Oh, I think it's a more realistic example of like what we're trying to do. Yeah, see? Processing materials. Well, well. Wood. Furnace. Excellent. Wow, 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 wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's so dope. You can see out the back of this thing. That's so hot. Heck yeah. You have another turret that sits up here on top of the door. Like a G. You would definitely make that stone at that point. I don't know if this blocks the input or not. Huh. I don't rightly know. Whoopsie. I suppose you could. Could have these both kind of angled out if you really wanted to. I guess you could move a solar panel or two up to the top of this. Slide these over a bit if you really wanted to. Yeah, you could really just jam a turret in here if you wanted to. And then you can control which ones are on or off. Because these being on and off in bursts really saves a lot of run time. Ooh, we should make a out of bullets trip for this. Right? So like, if it was sitting there and it was out of ammo. Right? How much is going to these? And? Yeah, we'll mess with it later. Because that's going to be a bit more involved. Turn that back to 10. Super hot though. I like the way that's working now. Oh, I didn't even stick a frame in there. What the fuck? You see how the Adobe frame is just going to be so much nicer to deal with? Oh yeah, we have Twitch Rivals this week, right? Tomorrow, today. Gonna be some free skins. It's gonna be dope. We could stick one. I think the crate one I have also has got a slat on top. Yeah, so we can see if somebody's waiting in the jump up. Nice. Also a very rare skin. Comes in handy. This one's worth a lot now too, I think. Is there one more that's got a slat on top? I think there is. It's like the military one. Ah, it's this one. Ooh, that's way cleaner, dude. And it's got a light on it. Ooh, that's real nice. That looks cool. Paint it. Well, I have to think about a way that when it trips like that, we've got it always on. Be tight. Be nice if we got the spray paint can. Definitely get some mileage out of that bad boy. Big boy. Is there another one that's got like a little window on the top? I guess it's this one. And then the next best one, for the one in the back here, would be this guy. I put the wrong one on like an idiot. What's up, Odin? I just make some modifications to existing bass. As long as you had some boxes down here. What's up, Odin? What are you doing? What's up, baby? Dude, the T-Wedge has been retrofitted to be the most gangster thing ever. Look at the upkeep on this. Ha! 4 stone nodes, a tree. What? 2, well, 3 technically. Metal nodes. And what? I guess 4 metal nodes total if you're just going to get the low end of high quality. So if you got 4 metal nodes, you'd be on top, and plus you'd be covering your high quality every day. So even if you were unable to do any kind of monument run, you still got maximum protection. This is the anti-roof camp. Somebody jumps up here, the turrets turn on. There's no way that fits there, right? No way. Get detectors all over the place. Scope them out. This would really be for somebody that just wants to flick the switch in the front. Oh, it says just chilling watching you. Watching me. Watching you. Yeah, 25 usage. Notice how it's hanging there, so it must be like nighttime almost. Or it's getting evening. Look at that. That's still going up. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, it's morning time, that's why. It's only gonna get better. 6 hours of runtime. 3 furnaces built into the base. Oopsie. That's not where helicopters go. Look at this, dude. Why is my thing... Am I clicking something weird? Why is it going rapid fire? If I roll the mouse wheel and I'm clicking it, it starts rapid fire clicking. That's dangerous. Look at this. You can pick up your water purifier and you're like, oh, I got a horse, no problem. See you later. I gotta feed my boy. Hold on. He needs food. We've converted the T-wedge into a horse base now. And with anti-roof camp. You really just, you can move out the tray back here and you're pretty much good to go. Because then you can just put this right back where it was. It's not like the container stays full. You know what I mean? It always pushes it out into the other containers on the second floor. It's just honeycomb anyways, so it's like kind of nice. We don't have to have this front turret port here, but the anti-roof camp's pretty nice. Come in here, be like, it's just a wall. What happened? Then if you don't want this on, if you're inside the bunker, just turn it off. It's now using no power at all. It's nothing but gains. And then if you need like lighting or something, you just stick a branch just before this. Let it ride. Shall we realistically light these up? Okay. This would be what? Now, this does work on console as well. I did this right. I should be able to place this back one over here as well. Kind of hard to get. I think if you place a... Yes. I think I smashed it up there far enough. If you line up the like this, and then you just walk forward and back, pretty much all set. Yep, I can move freely, so that feels like a good one. Oh, oh. Or not, I guess. You can also do this. This kind of helps. If there's no sleeping bag down here, believe it or not, that works. Really? Yeah, I guess I could have smashed it more. Oh, that's so damn close. It's like right there. Horses should be after farming updates, sir. Ooh, this was tough. I feel like the console version might be easier to place this one, eh? Anyway, so you can place one there. What do we usually put on this one? Oh yeah, Boomski? Oh no. This one's weapons. Yeah, there you go. You get a better idea what's going on here. The perfect duo base. Really? We can place 2 of these in the other one. Oh. Did we not push that up far enough? Guess not. Whoa. There's no way, dude. We 100% could put 2 of these in there with a box chilling in the back. Wow. Consider me shocked. I think this is why. Yes? Place it? Maybe? First? And this? Oh, I guess not. Okay, so 1 box then. Boo. Data just to get this in there. Ah. There's no way to snap that in there, dude. Want to have back far enough on this one? Probably not. Well, anyways, you can fit 2 bags there. Jam it in there. And you could make that metal, I guess. Yeah. Here, make it a door, like it's a house. That way nobody will know. Oh my goodness. How long have we been going for? It's getting late. Yeah, well, I started late. Boo. Alright, so our polls are at, it says, did you know you can boost the farm that you get from the T update? And 34% said, say what now? 27% said yes. I haven't tried it yet. There's over 50 people that haven't really tried it yet, so over half. 50%. 21% say, oh yes, it's the best. And then 18% said, no, I'm waiting for custom servers. Pretty wild, eh? It says, bro, do you know what else is coming with horses? Ooh, nice. Lotto says, can you set up an automatic door system? Yes. Nice. Graffiti boxes. Done graffiti since the 80s. Nice. You always want to light up obnoxious boxes in the base. Always. It's pretty bricked up. This is pretty decked out. Let's see what that cost is. I bet it's pretty low. Oh yeah, we Or can at. Here you go. Yay! I like this door. You just go, what? These charity event doors, you can really see a lot through these. These are nice. I check for them every year. So don't forget, there's also a bunch of free skins during the Twitch Rivals, as long as you link up your account to everything. I believe those skins are only for the PC side, but hey, you might as well collect a few. You got a Steam account. And we'll be back again tomorrow. We're going to have some video action. We're going to have another stream answering a lot more questions. Now that we have everything kind of set up here. Electricity, farming questions, you name it, we'll let you know. And I don't think we can stick a lock in there, can we? No, we can't. I was going to say, a lock on a composter? Question mark? How's our watering system coming? Oh, nice. We're at 9,000. Excellent. Well, we got a good start on it. We should be back in the mix again tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see you guys there. Don't forget, we got information on custom service. What's up, Jonathan Lopez? Yeah, I would keep going, but I got some stuff going on tomorrow, and I definitely have to get sleep. So, so we can be nice and bushy-tailed for tomorrow. All right, appreciate you guys. Be sure to drop a like if you're into it. Consider dropping that subscribe and turn on those notifications if you'd like to watch stuff like this in the future. And we'll see you shortly, like in what, 14 hours or something like that. Good night. Nice. Smoke Up says, good night. This is have a good night, bro. Thanks, man. Jonathan says, good night, Jade. Thanks, guys. We'll catch you in latest.